Hi students, today we are going to discuss another topic. So before going to discuss another topic, we just revise the previous knowledge. See, have you seen the Taj Mahal? Where is it located? Yes, it is located in Agra. The Taj Mahal, which is there in Agra, even we can see the same Taj Mahal in the greeting cards. In the greeting cards. See, Taj Mahal which is there in Agra and Taj Mahal which is there in greeting card, are you seeing the structure same or with the equal measures are you seeing? The structure is same. The structure is same. And Indian flag, if you take the flags of countries, different countries, or our country flag, Indian flag, sometimes when it comes to Indian August 15th and Republic Day, so every Indian will hold a flag, one or the other, with one or the other measures. Some they'll keep over here a small flag, and some they'll hold the big flag, and some they'll hoist the flag which is there, which is available with them. See, these all the flags appear same, but what makes the difference? Size. What makes the difference? Size makes the difference. Taj Mahal which is there in Agra and which is there in the postcard, similar, but size makes the difference. Flag which is holding a small kid with a Independence Day time, a small flag, and which a guest, a chief guest, or which Republic Day time, that New Delhi Red Fort, where the president will hoist the flag, that flag, these are all appear same, but what makes the difference? Only the difference makes in size. Only difference makes in size. So, if the size is also same, then what do we say? Similar. They appear same. If the size is also same, then we say that they are congruent. So congruent, what exactly congruent? When two geometrical figures or any shapes, if they are in the same shape and size, if they have same shape and size, then they are called congruent. If the size is same, and the same shape and size are equal, size is also equal, congruent. If the shape is same but not the size, then they are said to be similar. So congruent means same shape and same size. Similar means same shape but not the same size. Now, as per our Indian culture, when we wish somebody, we say namaste. What do we say? Namaste. So when we say namaste, you see both the hands, when you are joining both the hands, the thumbs of left and right hand and index finger of left and right, middle fingers of left and right ring, and the little fingers of left and right, each and every finger is coincide with the other hand. This is called exactly congruent. When we are saying namaste to somebody, congruent. And your left hand and a small boy or a girl and a small boy, left hand, if you see, it appears same but not same size. It appears same but not same size. So, in this session, we are going to discuss about the similarity of geometric shapes. Similarity, just now I said, similar means it appears same but not the size, but not the same size. It appears same. That is similarity. So geometrical shapes, geometrical figures. Geometrical figures means triangles, quadrilaterals, that is polygons. Polygons means what? N number of sides. So triangle is three-sided polygon. Quadrilateral is a four-sided polygon. In that quadrilateral we have again different types of polygons, different types of quadrilaterals based on their own properties, based on the properties. Now, triangles and the polygons, we take one a square. Okay, so triangles. In triangles, you see here equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. So equilateral triangle, each angle, measure of each angle is 60 degrees. Measure of each angle is 60 degrees. Now, I take one more equilateral triangle. Measure of each angle 60 degrees. Equilateral triangle. Now you see both the equilateral triangles. The triangles are appearing same but not the same size. But not the same size. Measures are equal. Now if we take a square. We take the square. The measure of each angle in a square is 90 degrees. Measure of each angle in square is 90 degrees. Now, I take one more square. Observe it. The square, measure of each angle is 90 degrees. Are these two squares are congruent? No, they are not congruent. They are similar. They are similar. They are similar. Now, measures of angles are equal. Measures of angles are equal, but not the size. But not the size. Size make differs. For the difference between congruent and similar, only size makes differ. Now, circle. If you see the circle, radius, and if you see this circle, are these two circles congruent? No, they are similar. When do the two circles will be congruent? If the radii of these two circles, radius of this circle and radius of this circle is same, equal, then those two circles will be congruent. Congruent means, yes, now I said, it should coincide exactly each and every part of the boundaries. Then we say congruent. Now when you place one upon the other, it may not occupy the complete portion. So that is similar. That is similar. Now these two circles, when do we say they are congruent? If the radii of those two circles is same, equal, then we say that the two circles are congruent. The two circles are congruent. But here in this, circles are similar because the radii is differ. It appears same. It appears same, but not the same size. So, when do we say that two polygons? When do we say that the polygons are similar? We say that the polygons are similar if the corresponding sides means this side, any sides, corresponding sides of the figures, corresponding sides of that particular figure are in proportion and corresponding angles are equal. If the corresponding sides are in proportion, proportion meaning is same ratio, equal ratio, and angles must be equal. Angles are equal. Corresponding sides are in proportion. If the corresponding sides are in proportion and their corresponding angles are equal, then we say that those geometrical figures, that may be triangles, maybe squares, or maybe any other polygon, we say that they are similar. See the difference between congruent and similar. All the congruent figures are similar but all the similar figures need not to be congruent. All the figures, congruent figures are similar, but all the similar figures need not to be congruent. Congruent means same shape and the same size. Similarity means it appears same shape but not the same size. So based on these points, you have exercise 6.1. What is 6.1? So this is the topic which we are going to discuss in this. The chapter name is triangles. Triangles. We discuss in this chapter. So geometrical shapes, triangles, similar triangles, similarity, some conditions we see in this chapter. So today's topic is triangles, chapter 6, sixth chapter, triangles. So in this chapter we are going to discuss the similarity conditions and its application part. So in exercise 6.1, the small introduction part which we discussed just now, the similarity condition, like if the corresponding sides are in proportion and the corresponding angles are equal, then the polygons appear same. If the two circles having two different radii, circles appear same but not congruent. So these points are there. Exercise 6.1, just go through. So when do we say that the two figures are similar? Just now we discussed. Two similar figures, if they have same shape but not the size, then they are said to be similar. Now, similar polygons. Polygons means its sides, n number of sides it can be. So what is the starting number for the polygon? A three-sided figure, and that is triangle. Four-sided figure, a quadrilateral. Five-sided figure, pentagon. These comes under the polygons. So here, similar polygons. When do we say that the polygons are similar? Two polygons are similar if the condition you see. When do we say that the two polygons are similar? This is the condition. If the lengths of their corresponding sides are proportional. And the second one, their corresponding angles are equal. Lengths of their corresponding sides are proportional. Their corresponding angles are equal for the similarity of polygons. So now we discussed about the polygons similar criteria. Here is important note that already we discussed. Two congruent figures are always similar. But two similar figures need not to be congruent. And all line segments are similar. Line segments may be 4 cm, maybe 5 cm, maybe 7 cm. The line segments are similar. I am talking about the similar. They are similar. It appears same. All equilateral triangles are similar. All squares are similar. All circles are similar, because these are all appearing the same shape but not the size. That's why all circles are similar. Line segments are similar. All equilateral triangles are similar. All squares are similar. Now you see, are these figures similar? Just now we observed, we discussed the criteria for the similarity of polygons. Triangle is one of the polygons. It is a basic thing. Three-sided closed figure is called a triangle. So now we have a triangle shape here and here. Observe the triangle ABC and triangle DEF. Angle A is 40, here angle D is 40. Angle B is 110, angle E is 110. and angle C is 30, angle F is 30. Observe it. 1.5. The sides also you see corresponding sides now. AB 1.5 and this is 3. BC 2 and EF is 4. AC is 3 and DF is 6. So corresponding sides are in proportion. Corresponding sides are in proportion. 1.5 and 3. See that. 2 and 4. 3 and 6. Angles are equal. The sides you see, that's what a Taj Mahal which is there in Agra, which is there in the greeting card, it appears same but the sizes will be in proportion. Even squares, all angles are equal of a square. Each angle is 90 degrees but the sides differs. Length that will be in proportion. So here 1.5, how many times? 2 times. 2. Here side how many times? 2 2s are 4. 3. 3 2s are 6. The sides are in proportion and angles are equal. So these figures are said to be similar. How to mention that similarity? ABC is similar to triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. This is the symbol for similar. This is the symbol for similar. Triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. In this, it is very important how we are pronouncing, how we are starting the name of the triangle and how we are finishing it. ABC is similar to triangle DEF because all the sides are in proportion, corresponding sides are in proportion and the corresponding angles are also equal. This is triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. Now similarity symbol is this, but don't get the confusion between similarity condition and congruent condition. This is congruent. This is congruent symbol. But similarity, similar, just this one, similar. This is the similar symbol and this is the congruent symbol. Do not get confusion. So in the previous, I just gave example how to identify the similarity in triangles. The corresponding angles are equal and the corresponding sides proportion. If the corresponding angles are equal and if the corresponding sides are in proportion, then we say that the triangles are similar. See the criteria for similarity of triangles. Similarity of triangles. Two triangles are similar. When do the two triangles are similar? This is the condition. What is the condition? If their corresponding angles are equal, and the corresponding sides are in the same ratio. Equal ratio is nothing but proportion. So two triangles are similar if their corresponding angles are equal and corresponding sides are in the same ratio, or we can say that is proportion. Then we say that the two triangles are similar. So now in the chapter 6 triangles, the similarity criteria, this is the similarity criteria. Now we have some theorems. Based on the theorems, we need to apply the theorem, application part of the theorem also we are going to discuss. The first one is Thales theorem. Thales is a mathematician. Thales theorem, or another name, we can say that basic proportionality theorem. Basic proportionality theorem or Thales theorem. The ratio of any two corresponding sides in two equiangular triangles is always the same. Ratio of any two corresponding sides in two equiangular triangles is always the same with this result. with this result, a theorem is developed. With this result, ratio of any two corresponding sides in two equiangular triangles is always the same. With this result, a theorem which is known as Thales theorem. A theorem is developed that is known as Thales theorem, with other name basic proportionality theorem. Thales theorem or basic proportionality theorem, which is mostly very important. Thales theorem or basic proportionality theorem. What that theorem says? If a line drawn parallel to one side of a triangle, imagine immediately how to go recollect the triangle. In that, a line drawn parallel to one side of a triangle, then that line which is drawn, that line intersects the other two sides at two distinct points, and it divides that in the same ratio. That is Thales theorem or basic proportionality theorem. If a line drawn parallel to one side of a triangle to intersect the other two sides in distinct points, distinct means different, the other two sides are divided in the same ratio. There is a triangle. In the triangle, one line is drawn parallel to, a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle. That line divides the other two sides at two distinct points, divides or intersects at two distinct points, and it divides in the same ratio. That is a statement for the basic proportionality theorem or Thales theorem. Simply this basic proportionality theorem we write as BPT, basic proportionality theorem. So here a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle. We see that what exactly is that basic proportionality theorem. So this is a statement which we read. A line drawn parallel to one side of a triangle intersect the other two sides at distinct points and divide in the same ratio. Those two sides are divided with this line segment where it intersects in the same ratio. Now you see, we take the triangle as name ABC. ABC is a triangle. So in this triangle, a line drawn parallel to one side of a triangle. Assume that the line DE, he gave that DE is parallel to, assuming in the sense DE is parallel to BC. DE is parallel to BC. So DE is parallel to BC. This is the side. He gave that. Now this line is meeting, intersecting AB at D and AC at E. We have to prove that it divides that other two sides in the same ratio. That means AD by DB, same ratio. It is dividing the line segment. D is dividing the line segment AD and DB. E is the point dividing the line segment AC in the same ratio, that is AE EC. So you have to write, if we have to prove AD by DB is equals to AE by EC. So given that, first, what is given in this? In a triangle ABC, DE is parallel to BC, that is given, and D is a point which is intersected at AB, and E is a point on AC which intersects AC. Next, in a triangle DE is parallel to BC. Next, we have to be proved or required to prove. See here, RTP, required to prove. D is a point on AB and E is a point on AC. Now we have to prove. What we have to prove? That is AD by DB. Observe it. AD by DB is equals to AE by EC, AE by AC. To prove this, we required construction, RTP, required to prove, or sometimes we write as to be proved. So construction. To prove this, we need some construction. What is the construction? Draw perpendiculars, altitudes, which is called perpendicular or altitudes from D to AC and from E to AB. So construct, draw perpendicular DM is perpendicular to AC and EN is perpendicular to AB. Join B to E and C to D. Join B to E and C to D. So that draw, that is a construction, draw DM perpendicular to AC altitude, which is nothing but altitude. Draw DM perpendicular to AC and EN perpendicular to AB and also join BE and DC. Join BE and DC. We are joining B to E and D to C. Now proof. So in this proof, we are using a formula, that is area of a triangle. To prove this, required to prove AD by DB is equals to AE by AC. So to prove that, we are using the formula which already we learned from previous classes, area of a triangle. What is the formula? Area of a triangle, half into base into height, which is known. So area of triangle, simply we write area of triangle, which is equals to half into base into height. Here base is denoted by B and H is denoted by height, half into base into height. Now we are using the formula half into base into height. Area simply we can write as AR, which we learned in class 9th. So first I am talking about ADE, area of triangle ADE. AR means area, which we learned in class 9th. Instead of writing AREA, area, shortly we wrote AR. Of triangle ADE, area of triangle ADE is equals to, observe it, I am considering the base as AD. If I consider the base as AD, then its altitude will be corresponding altitude EN. So half into AD is the base, corresponding altitude EN. Next, because the formula area of a triangle formula is half into base into height. Now I am taking the triangle BDE, area of triangle BDE. Observe it. For BDE triangle, the base is DB. If I consider, corresponding altitude will be EN. Why? Why the corresponding altitude will be EN for the triangle BDE? Because for obtuse angled triangle, the altitude will be out of the triangle, boundary, outside of the boundary. So if you altitude for obtuse angle triangle, it lies outside of the boundary. So EN, that we learned from class 7th. So this is BDE. In this, the altitude, corresponding altitude is EN. That is BD half into, observe it, half into the base dB into here En, dB into altitude is En. Altitude is En. Now, taking the ratio of area of these two triangles, area of ADE by area of BDE, area of ADE by area of BDE is equals to, I am taking the ratio. What is area of ADE? Half into AD into En. So half into AD into En by, now area of triangle BDE, half into dB into En. Observe these two ratios, to the ratio of these triangles, area of these two triangles, ADE by BDE. We wrote this. Now in both the places, numerator and denominator, we have half cancel, En cancel, which is left over AD by dB. AD by dB. We got, let that equation as 1. That is the equation 1. So we found area of triangle ADE and area of triangle BDE. We find the ratio of ADE by BDE. Then we got the result AD by dB, which is we assumed as equation 1. This is the equation AD by dB is equals to the AD by dB, that is equation 1. Now again we are considering area of triangle ADE as with the base as AE. Area of triangle ADE with the base AE. So area of ADE, now I am taking the base as AE, then the corresponding altitude will be dm. So half into AE into the corresponding altitude is dm. Now another triangle, that is DEC. Another triangle DEC. Area of triangle DEC is equals to half into the base. For the triangle DEC, if I consider the base as EC, then the corresponding altitude, just now we spoke, for obtuse angle triangle, the altitude lies out of the boundary. So DM is the base. So half into EC into DM. Now again taking the ratio of these two triangles, ratio we are taking. Area of ADE by area of DEC. Area of DEC is equals to, half into AE into DM by half into EC into DM. Now if you see this, half get cancelled and dm get cancelled, which we got area of ADE by area of DEC is equals to AE by EC. This is equation 2. Here we have area of triangle ADE by area of triangle BDE is equals to, we write this equation even LHS part also, that is area of ADE by area of BDE is equals to AD by DB. AD by DB, this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Now you observe, one equation we got, second equation we got. Now observe the triangle BDE and DEC. BDE and DEC, the two triangles are having the same base DE and lying between the same parallel lines DE and BC, which we learned in class 9th. Triangles which are on the same base and lie between same parallel lines will have equal areas. That is from 9th class theorem. Triangle BDE and triangle DEC are on the same base DE and lying between the same parallel lines DE and BC. Therefore, their areas will be equal. So, triangle, area of triangle BDE is equals to area of triangle DEC. Area of triangle BDE is equals to area of triangle DEC. Reason, this is equation 3, but what is the reason for this? Triangles are on the same base. Same base. What is the same base here? Both the triangles are on the same base DE. Triangles are on the same base DE and they lie between same parallel lines What are the parallel lines here? DE is parallel to BC. DE is parallel to BC. Observe it. So DE parallel to BC. DE parallel to BC. This is equation 3. Observe it. Area of BDE is equals to area of DEC. That is equation 3. Why the areas are equal? Those two triangles BDE and DEC are on the same base DE and they lie between same parallel lines DE and BC. That is equation 3. Why they are equal? Which we learned in class 9th. The theorem, triangles which are on the same base and lie between same parallel lines will have equal areas. So now from equation 1 and equation 2 and equation 3. See equation 1 ADE by DEC and equation 2 is ADE by DEC. Equation 1 is ADE by BDE. Equation 1, in both the places numerators are equal whereas denominators BDE by DEC. So these two areas are also equal. So now we can write from equation 1, 2, 3. From equation 1, 2, 3. From equation 1, 2 and 3, we can say from equation 1, 2 and 3 we can say that, see here, equation 1 is ADE by BDE, that is AD by DB, and equation 2 area of ADE by area of DEC is equals to AE by EC. Left LHS part DEC and BDE, their areas are also equal. That means from equation 1, 2 and 3, area of ADE by area of BDE is equals to area of ADE by area of DEC is equals to AD by DB. AD by DB is equals to AE by EC. AD by DB is equals to AE by EC. That means this step even you can write down. These two are equal from equation 1, 2 and 3. Area of equation 1, area of AD by which is equals to this. So from equation 1, 2 and 3 we can write as AD by DB is equals to AE by EC. Area of ADE E by BDE is equals to area of ADE by DEC. How we got these two? These areas two are equal. This is from equation 1 and equation 2. These two same. And BDE and DEC, this is from equation 1 and 2 and even 3. So these two ratios, the ratio when we found area, we got from equation 1 AD by DB is equals to AE by EC. This is a basic proportionality theorem and Thales theorem, which is very important. Now from basic proportionality theorem we obtain even the other result, that is called corollary of basic proportionality theorem. Now from BPT, the short form of basic proportionality theorem is BPT. Now we obtained AD by DB is equals to AE by EC. This is from basic proportionality theorem. So in triangle ABC, DE is parallel to BC. So DE parallel to BC. We got the result AD by DB is equals to AE by EC. From this we are obtaining add one both sides, then AD by DB, then AD by DB plus 1 is equals to AE by EC plus 1. So if you take LCM, then you will be obtaining here DB is the LCM, AD plus DB, AD plus DB, observe it, AD plus DB is equals to, and here LCM is EC, and obtaining AE plus EC, AE plus EC. Now look at the figure. AD plus DB is equals to AE plus EC. So you get AD plus DB together will be AD plus DB together will be AB. So AB by DB is equals to AC by EC. This is from basic proportionality theorem we are obtaining. Now observe it. Now in triangle ABC, if DE parallel to BC, the result which we are obtaining AD by DB is equals to AE by EC. This is AD by DB is equals to AE by EC. That is the first one. Now the second one, AB by DB, which we got AB by DB is equals to AC by EC. AB by DB is equals to AC by EC. Third one we are obtaining like this only by taking componendo and dividendo. That is AD by AB is equals to AD by AB is equals to AE by AC. This is by componendo and dividendo. So these three are, this is from basic proportionality theorem and these two are the corollary of basic proportionality theorem. We obtain by adding one both LHS and RHS side, and this one by taking component of like reversing the ratio, reversing the ratio and adding one, then we obtain. These are very important note from the basic proportionality theorem. I hope you understood basic proportionality theorem. And for this basic proportionality theorem, we have converse of basic proportionality theorem. Converse of basic proportionality theorem that we see in the next session.